Wale, a lot of emotion on campus.
Yeah, that emotion definitely spilling out today, Kimberly, but if we're honest, for them, that emotion's been going since Saturday. And if we're really honest, for some of these folks, this emotion has been something they've really had to live with their entire lives, fearing their entire existence. Today was all about a march for Palestine. They were yelling, "Free Palestine." There was nearly 100 people on the Palestinian side marching through campus. They went from about 2 to 3 o'clock. There were also maybe a dozen or so people, observers, from the Israeli side as well. I want to get out to ABC 10 News reporter Madison Wale, who was here for the rally. She spoke with students, with family, fearing for their safety on both sides of this conflict.
Students in support of the Palestinian people peacefully rallying at SDSU on Wednesday.
We're not for any lives lost, no matter what, Palestinian or Israeli.
This student asking to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation. Palestinian students here say they don't stand for attacks on innocent civilians, taking part in this rally to raise awareness of what they say Palestinians have faced for decades.
What's been happening the past few days hasn't been happening for just the past few days. I'm sure everyone knows it's been happening for about 75 years.
This student says her family is trapped in Gaza as the area is under attack by Israeli forces.
My family over there, it's not easy for them. Of course, their whole country is getting demolished and there's nothing they can do.
We also spoke with students in the Jewish community here on campus, mourning the Hamas attacks and devastation we've seen in the last few days in Israel.
It's just been horrors. It's been waking up every morning to text and phone calls, making sure all my friends and family are okay.
This student communicating with his family in Israel right now, fearing for their lives.
They've been in bomb shelters for the past few days. They've been in constant communication and fear because I have cousins in the military, I have friends in the military. They're all in the area.
Calling for an end to the bloodshed.
The hope has always been peace. If you ask any Israeli, they'll tell you that all they've ever wanted is peace.
Different perspectives, but again, both groups of students I spoke with say they are mourning the loss of innocent life, and the end goal here is peace, especially as they're thinking of their families overseas tonight.
Madison, great coverage here. As we were here, we were watching it again. Maybe nearly 100 people on the Palestinian side, maybe a dozen or so from the Israel side. We didn't really know what to expect when we came out here. Did you see or notice any tense moments in between the two sides?
Yeah, you know, coming into a rally like this, of course, you're thinking what could come. This is an emotionally charged situation. We didn't see any kind of tense interaction between the groups. They both respected each other's right to be there. And again, the tone of the conversations that I had with these students was not confrontational. It was simply heartbroken. It was heartbreaking.
Heartbroken and in search of peace and some answers. Madison, thank you so much. So again, there were dozens and dozens of people not only marching in support of Palestine and even some of those Israeli onlookers, but there were also a lot of non-partisan onlookers here on campus when you have a rally of this magnitude on this campus. All the students, staff, faculty, and just regular onlookers stopping by to see what's going on. And when they realize it's the rally for the conflict between Palestine and Israel, they immediately feel like they need to take a side. One onlooker we spoke with cautions against that.
I've been seeing a lot of pro-Israel, which again, I'm not for, I'm not against. I'm uneducated on this. Obviously, we're at an educational institution, SDSU. What I would tell people is educate, read what's going on, read both sides of the stories. A lot of people are just going to say, oh, okay, well, I heard this side, so this side's automatically right. Or I heard, this side, and this side's wrong. But as a mature adult, people need to make their own conscious decisions and not follow what the cool or what everyone else is saying. People need to make decisions for themselves.
This is certainly a complex and very dense issue. Well, we will be out here all evening covering this complex and dense issue. Coming up at 5:30, an update on the crisis in Gaza as hospitals are overwhelmed. We're going to take a look inside. Kimberly, we'll send it back to you in the studio for now.
Wale, Aliyu, thank you for the live coverage.